It's August of this year, and I'm not gonna lie, in this period of my life, I was scrolling quite a lot. So, like, I'm talking, I would go to bed at 10 p.m., then I would scroll until the middle of the night. I'm talking sometimes even up to 5:30. So, what's that, like 6 hours? I'm not quite that good at maths, but I know that that's quite a lot of time to be scrolling. And then this was just me scrolling at night. I was scrolling in a day too. So if you just assume that I was scrolling like 2-3 hours, I would scroll for 8 hours every single day. And this was the perfect time for me to find a video by this self-improvement YouTuber called Hamza. He has over 2 million subscribers, and I found this video by him. So basically, in this video, a guy in one of his programs had written a post about how his phone had ruined everything in his life. So basically, I'm talking like, this guy couldn't even get hard anymore because of scrolling. He couldn't make eye contact with people. His phone had just completely ruined everything. And listen, I'm not gonna blame him, this guy, because your phone just ruins everything in your life. You might think that the only bad thing about scrolling is just wasting time and your dopamine getting depleted. But it's actually much bigger than that. Because like, when you read TikTok comments, they just infest your brain. Like, if you ever see a self-improvement video on TikTok, I promise you, at least 70% of the comments are just gonna be people hating and like say, oh, this is not tough, see bro. So, even if you don't agree with these comments, eventually they're gonna get into your brain and you're gonna start believing this stuff. So TikTok comments are just cancer to read, bro. Never ever read TikTok comments again. And the second thing is like, it just makes your social skills worse. For example, this guy could hold eye contact with people. And listen, when you're just watching a screen all day and you're watching like weird videos, you're gonna forget how to even talk to people. Like, your mind is just gonna like go dead silent and forget what to say. And that's where you get these socially autistic moments from. I know a lot of people like take pride in being like socially awkward, but in reality it's not fun. It's not something to be proud of, and it can be entirely fixed by just stopping scrolling and stuff. So, in response to this post, Hamza gave 2 pieces of advice. And the first piece of advice that he gave was to just put your phone inside a drawer. And I actually think I gave this piece of advice in one of my videos earlier, but I'm telling you, this piece of advice is really, really good. Just imagine, you wake up to your alarm, and then you maybe just put your phone inside a drawer and in another room or just hide it somewhere. You go about your regular day as usual, and you just forget about your phone entirely. And this works so well because, like, just listen to me. A lot of people say that they struggle with using the phone when they work, but I actually never struggle with that. And the reason is, I just put my phone somewhere else, so I just entirely forget about scrolling on my phone entirely. My mind just gets completely focused at work. And you might think that, how am I supposed to go about my regular day without using my phone? I need it for everything. And just listen to my story, okay? Because earlier this year, I was gonna go to school, but I forgot my phone at home. So then I had to ask one of my mates to buy a ticket for me. So fortunately he could buy a ticket for me, and I just sent him the money later. But I could have also used like a bus card. So just imagine one of your like regular Visa bank cards, but in a bus version of it. So if I wanted to do this every day, I would have just gotten that. Then to school, usually I'd use an app to find out where my classes are, like what room in the school. But as I didn't have my phone, I had to ask my classmates where the next class was. And this actually gives a social experience. It's like, I had to like ask people where the next class was. And this is gonna boost your social skills. Just talking to people you usually don't talk to. and getting social experience from it. And eventually, you're just gonna memorize where the classes are, but you would have probably made some friends by doing this. And then the next piece of advice gave was to make your life more fun than scrolling. And I actually think this is one of the best pieces of advice he's ever given. Because imagine, right now, scrolling is more fun than your usual life. So therefore, you're gonna scroll. But just imagine a life where we have so much fun, you don't even want to scroll. Okay, hold on, I just gotta fix my... Yeah, that should be better. So just imagine a life where we don't even have to scroll. Because your life is so much more fun without it. So the way you could apply this practically, so just imagine basically, think about the natural stuff you have fun doing. So that for me, if it's going to the gym, having caffeine, listen to music, being with friends. So the way I would go about it is to basically just think about how we can incorporate that into my daily routine. So you just start doing more of the natural fun stuff you enjoy, and then your life is just gonna be so much more fun. You don't even want to scroll. Because who would want to scroll if you just hit a massive bench press PR with your friend, or have 500 milligrams of caffeine in your blood, listening to music you love, and then going out with your friends, eating some good food? Who would ever want to scroll if that was their life? Wait. I think my phone actually was upside down. Bruh. Yeah, I have to reverse this footage. And that's a rookie mistake. But yeah, why would you ever want to scroll if that was your life? So, this was it for this video. And listen to me. If you struggle with scrolling, I don't blame you. Because scrolling literally hijacks your brain. It makes natural systems in your brain, like how establish habits, and just reverse that into bad stuff like scrolling, and it ruins your entire life. Like I mentioned, your eye contact gets worse. You can't hold eye contact with people. You can't talk to people. You work it hard. You just become awkward. You waste all your time. So scrolling is not your fault. It's not your fault that you scroll. It's just the entire world makes you believe that you have to use your phone for everything. But as you heard in my story, you don't need that. You can live a normal life just not using your phone, and it's much more peaceful. Goodbye.